Hello, Chris Gray here from Total Nerd Takeover Studios, and in this video I wanted to expand on the previous Mevo unboxing and review that I did. I was reading on the different forums and in the Facebook groups that people wanted to connect different types of audio sources to the Mevo camera when they're doing live stream. Now I'm not an expert on audio. I'm just a content creator who absolutely loves to put stuff online and to share with the world. And I like to make a little bit of extra money on the side doing it. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways that I connect my Mevo I connect my audio sources to the Mevo camera. Let's start out with the more complicated one first, and then I'm going to show you a real simple way to do it for on the fly, whether you want to do it live or you want to do like just record high def. So let's go with the complicated one first. And I just want to mention right now you're hearing me through my AudioTechnica shotgun microphone, which I absolutely love. I think I paid $163 for it, and it's been a phenomenal microphone. And I'm going to show you a couple different things here. So let's start out with the first way I'm connected. Now right now you're hearing me, like I mentioned, through the AudioTechnica. And how I do that is, on the AudioTechnica, it's a condenser microphone. It's plugged into an XLR cable, which looks like this. And it goes from the microphone into this mixer, and I have it in channel 1. I plug that into channel 1, right? Now, from channel 1, I have the audio going down through to the auxiliary out. Now it goes through the auxiliary out, and I also have a cable that connects to the auxiliary out number 1, which is right here, and I use a quarter, I believe it's a quarter connector out, right? And then that audio goes to the mixer, goes through this cable, and then goes through this 3.5 millimeter jack. Now from the 3.5 millimeter, now keep in mind this is an output, and it's I have it as a mono. It then plugs into this wonderful thing. I think I paid like $6 for it. It's made by a company called StarTech, and it's basically an audio splitter. It takes those 3 tips, there's those 3 different lines right there. One line is for microphone in, the other 2 are for stereo out. And I want to have microphone going in, I don't want to have stereo going in. Now I just kind of match up here on this splitter. There's one that has a picture of a microphone, is what you want to plug in this 3.5 millimeter into. So you plug it in like this, and now I can plug this end into my iPhone or into my iPad. I can then adjust the different settings here. I get a lot of finite control by using a mixer like this. I can also plug other audio into it. For example, if I wanted to have a sound effects board, so as I'm doing a show or a live stream, I can have sound effects go through here, and everybody watching would be able to hear it. Or say I had other co-hosts with other microphones in the studio, I could also plug those in here, adjust the different audio so you could hear them with high quality microphones. Or if I had people that couldn't be in the studio, say via Skype, I could have a monitor sitting here so you could see them and the audio pumped in through a mixer. So the mixer gives you a lot of control in terms of what you can do with the audio. All you need to do is plug into that auxiliary and plug in with this adapter like so. So you basically have to separate the stereo out and the microphone in to go into an iPad or to your iPhone. And for me, I'm using an iPad right now. That's what I'm recording this on. Alright, so that's the complicated and kind of a little bit confusing way. Now, you wouldn't want to try to strap this to your camera stand or run around with this when you're doing live streaming at your kid's baseball field. This is a little bit overkill. Now, they do make smaller, more compact mixers, but I think I got something even better. Now, this next bit of kit is brought to you by a company called IK Multimedia, and I absolutely love this product. And IK Multimedia made this thing called the iRig Pre. Okay, the iRig Pre sells on Amazon for about $40. And if you're watching my Amazon video, or if you're watching my YouTube video, or if you're watching one of my other videos, I'll have a link in the description for this product. There's no extra cost to you, and it's an Amazon affiliate link, so you know there's no shenanigans there. This thing here is fantastic. It uses a 9-volt battery that came with it to give it power. And the reason why we need power is a lot of times when you're using a condenser microphone, you need phantom power. You can connect a high LPR 40 or you connect anything that either requires phantom power or not using this analog connection, this XLR cable. And you can get phenomenal audio. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to risk this live. I don't know what's going to happen, so bear with me. I'm going to plug in, because right now you're hearing me through my mixer, through my shotgun microphone, and I want to give you an idea if this could help you out when you're doing your remote shots or even in your studio. So we're going to take a chance, and I'm going to unconnect my 3.5. I'm basically going to unconnect this from my mixer, and I'm going to replace that giant mixer and all the cables with just the iRig Pre. So let's see what happens. This is going to be interesting. And the first microphone we're going to test is the AudioTechnica 2100 USB microphone connected with the XLR. We're also going to connect this with my lightning cable as well, but that's for in a minute. First, let's do this. Speaking of which, the AudioTechnica microphones have been phenomenal. I absolutely love them, especially the 2100 USB microphone. I got mine for $40 on Amazon when they first came out, and it has just been just a kick butt microphone. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unplug. So basically I plugged in the XLR cable to the AudioTechnica microphone. It's on this wonderful shock mount. And I also have video reviews on my YouTube channel, teenert.tv, for all this stuff as well. So if you want to get some more in-depth on the microphones and the connections and shock mounts and stuff. So I plugged the XLR into the iRig Pre, and I'm going to turn it to on. And there's a gain on the side, so you can adjust the amount of volume, basically, or the amount of audio that it picks up is kind of like, that's the way I think of gain in my mind. I'm going to keep that pretty low because I don't want it to kind of blow anybody's eardrums out. Now, I'm going to plug this into my iPad and see what happens. Alright, so now it's switched over to the iPad. You're hearing me through the iPad. It mutes the speaker automatically, and now it is time to plug in this 3.5 millimeter into the iPad. Here we go. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright, so now you should be able to hear me through the AudioTechnica microphone. I'm going to crank the gain up a little bit, and I'm going to see if that makes a big difference. A little bit more gain, a little bit more gain. More gain. Okay, a little bit more gain. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now I'm using the AudioTechnica 2100 USB microphone, and all I needed to make it happen was the iRig Pre. So that's fine and dandy. That's a dynamic microphone. It does not require phantom power, and I don't know what you're hearing right now because I can't hear it live, so hopefully that sounds great. It should sound phenomenal. It should definitely sound better than the iPad mic, and it should definitely sound better than the Mevo mic because it's just built to be a great microphone. Alright, now let me connect my high LPR 40, and just to give you an idea on the price differences here, AudioTechnica microphone when I bought it was about $40, $50. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I think it sells right now on Amazon for about $80. Okay, now I'm going to connect my $350 podcasting microphone up and see what that sounds like through the stream. Alright, so you're going to hear some weird banging, staticky sounds. You know, there's nothing I can do about that unless I mute everything. And I don't want to, everything's kind of working, I don't want to break it. So I'm going to unplug the XLR here. I'm going to plug in my Heil. Alright, so now I'm using my $350 Heil PR40 microphone that I use to podcast with. And I absolutely love this microphone. And it is also a dynamic microphone that does not require using phantom power. But just using the iRig, I can even adjust the gain. And of course, you have the finite controls in the Mevo app as well to adjust the amount of decibels or, you know, gain, if you will. So I'm going to lower the gain down a little bit because I'm watching the green meters on the Mevo app, and it looks like I'm actually very, very high in terms of audio. And what you really want to do is when you're recording audio or when you're putting audio out there, you want to try to be around 0 decibels. And the reason for that is if you're up at like plus 5 dB or decibels and you laugh or you say something very loud or you try to emphasize a word with some power behind your voice, you could actually go up into the clipping area where you'll hear like some kind of weird artifacting of the audio, and it sounds like crap. So to give yourself some headroom, if you will, you want to be down around like 0 decibels or -2. That way, if you do make a loud sound, you're not going to blow people's eardrums out. And it also allows the listener to adjust the volume on their end rather than, you trying to blow their eardrums out. All right, so as you can see, the iRig has done a fantastic job. But what if we're using a condenser microphone or some type of fancy lapel mic that requires phantom power? Like I mentioned earlier, the iRig's got you covered there as well. I'm going to plug in my shotgun mic through the iRig and turn on phantom power so you can hear what that sounds like. So just give me a moment here, and we're going to switch this up. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're using the AudioTechnica shotgun mic, and I'll give you the model number in a minute. And we're using the iRig as a connection point between the iPad and the microphone. And that's pushing it all through to the Mevo into the live stream or to your video recording. Now, like I mentioned, the iRig, I had to turn it on to 48 volts phantom power because this is a condenser microphone and requires that power. Now, this also has a gain control, and of course you also have that control in the Mevo as well, on the app, on the iPad or iPhone, whatever. So I can actually lower the gain a little bit. And remember, when you're using a shotgun microphone, it is basically a cone of audio. So if you're not facing the shotgun mic or you have it facing you, then it's not going to pick up the audio very well. And that's what's beautiful about having a shotgun microphone. If you're at a game or you're at a child's, a play, you can set up your Mevo camera on one tripod, and you could even hold the shotgun microphone like a gun and kind of point it at the audio source, and it will pick up that audio. And it does a pretty good job at canceling noise around it. So what I'm going to do is, just to give you an idea, I'm going to turn the AudioTechnica shotgun microphone around so that you can hear the difference between me talking directly at it and me turned around talking at the back of it. And as you can see, the shotgun mic isn't even that big. It's not like a big, long, giant one. And for the money, I think it's a phenomenal shotgun mic for under $200. Okay, so now I have the microphone pointing in the other direction, and you can hear the difference in audio quality. I'm going to turn it back around towards me, and we're going to do it like this. I'm going to say, this microphone is phenomenal. It cost about $169 on Amazon and is available with Prime shipping. AudioTechnica I love their microphones. Absolutely swear by them. Okay, so that's the shotgun microphone. And the model number, because I promised to tell you what it was, is AT875R. And it's been a phenomenal mic. I've been using it for a lot of my YouTube channels. So let's recap here real quick. The different ways that I connect audio, and you may want to do it the same way. There's lots of different ways to do it, and I'm sure there's people out there showing live streams or YouTube videos on how to do it. First way to do it is to have a mixer like I showed you. Use a connection like this so that you can separate the stereo headphones and separate the microphone going into the iPad or iPhone. That's what this does. Then you could connect it to your mixer and connect your microphone to the mixer and any other audio sources you wanted to. And they also make small mixers, like more compact, smaller mixers, if you wanted to have multiple audio sources going into your recording or to your live stream while you're doing a remote shot. Just something to keep in mind. And if you want something a little bit more inexpensive, for about $40, you can get the iRig Pre, which I absolutely recommend. Has its own battery pack, and of course you can swap the 9-volt battery in as you need. So that's really cool. It also has a 3.5 jack hole on the top, so you can plug in headphones and listen to the audio after you've recorded. Like monitor, which is great. It has a gain control, so you can adjust the amount of audio coming in and out. And of course, the phantom power is a must-have to connect a very nice XLR microphone. Now, there's another microphone that I've used before. I have to find it here. It is somewhere. Oh, it's right here. It's a lapel mic that plugs into an iPhone using a 3.5 millimeter connector that also separates the audio with the 3 different pins. I'm going to plug that in so you can get an idea what it sounds like. Now this is, like I said, this is just a 3.5 millimeter jack lapel mic, and it's got the three tips, so it should be able to separate and give you that microphone in. Let's see what happens. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Okay, so I'm going to put this lapel mic down here. Now I can see that the audio is probably like blaring crazy. So in the Mevo app, I'm going to lower the amount of decibels it allows in. I'm going to lower it way down because this thing is way high. And that's the audio coming from that little lapel mic, which I think I picked up online for, what did I pick it up for? I think it was like $15. And it's made by a company called Miracle Sound. You get it on Amazon for about 20 bucks, I believe, and it comes in this little pouch. Now that's the audio coming from this lapel mic. Now, it may not sound that good. I don't know. I'm not looking at it. I'm not listening to it on the live stream. But this gives you another option in terms of what kind of audio you can put into your Mevo without actually using the Mevo microphone. All right, well, that's all well and good. But, you know, I also saw on the forums people were asking about connecting to the lightning cable for audio. And the lightning connection on an iPhone and iPad has been phenomenal. And I have been using my AudioTechnica with a micro USB to USB connector to a lightning connector into my iPad. Now I'm going to unplug this lapel microphone because I don't know how good or bad it is. And I'm going to just broadcast from the iPad as I set up this other microphone. So here we go. All right, so now it should have automatically switched over to my iPad, which I see that it did. I'm going to take this lapel microphone and I'm going to put it back into the bag. Now I'm going to grab the connectors for this microphone. Excuse me for one moment. So when you buy the AudioTechnica 2100 USB microphone, it comes with a USB to micro USB. And I'm going to plug in the micro USB into the back. Oh, here's another really cool thing. That with the AudioTechnica mic, this 2100 mic, you can actually record. It actually splits the audio. So if I had the XLR cable plugged in and plugged into, like, I don't know, a mini recorder or into another device, it will actually record from that and from the USB at the same time. This is just a great microphone. And it has a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, headphone jack, so that you can monitor the audio as well. So this has just been a phenomenal microphone. So I'm going to plug in the micro USB like so. And now I'm going to plug in the lightning cable to USB adapter. And what I'm going to tell you is that they also make one that has, it's a little bit wider so that you can actually plug power in, so you can power while you're recording. This is the original lightning to USB, and it doesn't have that extra bit. Because when you're doing this, you're going to be sucking power. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. The AudioTechnica is going to be needing power because we're connected to a micro USB. And the iPad is going to be going through power because you'll be streaming through it or using it to control your Mevo. So there is another adapter you can get from Apple that has a lightning power in. Okay, so that way you can charge, keep the battery power going, and get everything, you know, powered up. All right, so I'm going to unplug my lightning power that I'm using right now, and we're going to plug into the lightning cable port. Let's see what happens. This audio should be coming from my AudioTechnica 2100 USB microphone connected with a lightning cable adapter. So testing 1 2 3, how does the audio sound? If somebody can let me know in the stream. It looks like it is possible to connect your AudioTechnica 2100 microphone or whatever microphone you want to through the lightning port while streaming live or while using, or even if you're not streaming live, even if you're just doing recording. So that is absolutely awesome. I wasn't sure this was going to work, so I'm really impressed by that. I had a really good time making this video, and I hope you have a great time watching it. And thank you for being patient with me. I'm also going to be posting this to my YouTube channel, that's tnerdT.tv, where I review all kinds of products. And I'm also going to be talking about this on my podcast as well, It's Apple Time, which you can find on iTunes at It's Apple Time, or it's appletime.com. All right, thank you everybody for watching this video, this live stream, or on the YouTube channel, or Facebook, or wherever you end up watching it. And I hope it answered some questions you have in terms of what you can do audio-wise while streaming or recording video with your Mevo camera. And thanks again, I'm Chris Gray, and I'll see you next time for another great video.